running, get on the road. If you're not running, move away so I have a count. Two things. One is trail etiquette. If someone's behind you and wants to go by, you let them go by. If I hear you're blocking the trail, I'm going to clothesline you as you go by. Let's be polite out there. The second one is, once you start a loop, you can't come back into and stop at your campsite. You can't get something for your crew because it's not fair to the crew runners. You're unaided on the whole loop. We call it the Kelly Agnew rule. If you don't know, you'll have time to have it explained to you on the course. Everybody got that? Everybody ready to have some fun? It's time to break some bones. All right, first woman. Second woman. Women have been in contention for weight almost every year. So it's come down to the last year. One has been alone, but the women have always kept that will to win, that believing you can do it.
But you've never had women's field this fast. Not even close, right? Not you, Courtney.
It's very special to me and it's fascinating, just in the sense that you're in control of nothing. I came to the United States 8 years ago and I didn't know anyone. I came to the realization that running was a good way to meet new people, and this race in particular, I have a good friend of mine, Andy Pearson. He did this race 3 years ago. He told me about it. I thought it was fantastic and I wanted to do it. So I came last year and I was lucky enough to win. So let's try it again.
Still had trouble last night on the road. I still don't know why yet. I haven't done maybe enough training on pavement. I was so focused on trail races. I would do trail 50Ks and a lot of, as much as I could on trails. And yesterday went so great. I was like, awesome. And then we get on the road and suddenly I'm really slowing down, having more trouble. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I still have more work to do. Like I still have things to work on.
When we started yesterday, I guess, it weirded me out how slow everything was, and like a tenth of a mile into the race, everyone was walking. I was like, this is so weird. This is not the kind of race that I'm used to in any way. Being in the dark for that long and doing the same kind of boring loop, you know, the trails are really, really nice. They're really pretty trails. And then in the road, it's just all dark and you just run in a straight line. There were like 2 turns on that course. And so just doing that over and over and over, I was already very tired and worn out. So it just became a lot to kind of keep myself going.
end is purely competition. It's one person's going to win, everyone else is going to lose. And I think you have, as we've seen, people leaving early that didn't come to really compete to the end, but just to get to a certain point. But we'll get down to that core of people who they want to see. It's in this case, we try to make the course and the distance very manageable so that it becomes a contest of will, who has the strongest will.
It's all brand new for me, so I mean, a race with no end is it's unique, and I'm excited for the physical battle, but also like the mental battle of like, what does it take to keep going when you don't know when the end is?
During the climb, I mean, where I was very low in energy, couldn't raise my legs or anything. I mean, they were not very responding. And by the splits I had done on the loop before, I knew that I would never finish the lap.
I'm defeated.
You don't have to be a fast runner to succeed at this race. You just have to be persistent, and as long as you take care of yourself in between the loop and get ready for the next, you can be the winner. That's the beauty of it.
Life is full of paradoxes. The people out here, at the same time as they're all involved in this grueling competition to try and beat one another, they're becoming more and more tightly knit. There will be a bond between the last two in this race. It gets down to where you know he has to quit for you to win. But you don't want it to happen because you've come to love each other through the hardship and the suffering that you've shared.
Go Johan!
Yeah, well, you got some not many performances like that. Well, Johan said. Here, I'll give this to you.
I was supposed to fly from Stockholm to Chicago and then to Nashville, but I was planning to come here on Thursday evening. So when I flew on Thursday from Stockholm, when we were over Iceland somewhere, over Reykjavik, the captain announced the passengers and said, I have bad news, we have some instrumental errors, so we have to go back to Stockholm. So we had a 6-hour flight without getting anywhere. We were back at where we started. So then I just drove home, had a couple of hours of sleep, went back to the airport and rescheduled the flight for Nashville, this time via Copenhagen and Washington. And I had some trouble on those flights as well, some delays and some cancellations. I picked up a rental car and I wasn't paying attention to putting on the headlights. So the police pulled me over when I was driving on the highway. So I had everything in like one day there. A lot of issues with the travel, and also I had opportunity to say hi to a very friendly state patrol officer. I had a pretty limited time to prepare for what I was going to eat and organize my bags and everything, which is normally crucial in a race like this because you just have a few minutes to get everything that you need on every loop, and then you have to be off again, and you never know how many days this will last, so you definitely need to have everything in order, and I had just chaos when I came here. I've been running bad throughout the race, but I decided beforehand that I would never quit.
So that it becomes a contest of will, who has the strongest will.
What's your next adventure?
Okay, Johan, we prepare you some radio so you can put up back up.
So thank you everybody so much. You've been fantastic. Yeah. This is magic happening here. Never forget that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Past and the present.
Yes.
How can that even be?
I mean, I know you reverse time.
I really didn't have any idea how long they would last. It was something that you find it out over and over again. It's astounding how much that your body can take if your mind wills it to do it. The bonds that people forge in competition are very strong because that they're forged in a hot fire.